Cauldron. This
Could be
thing
terrible.
is blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay, radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
Oh man, I'm getting that like dread feeling right now. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. Guys, I'm Amanda Roses, and welcome to another episode of Horizon Forbidden West. Last time we played, we went through the Ted Faro main questline, which was insanely intense and dark. Basically, we went to Ted Faro's tomb, which was this underground bunker where we had a bunch of women living with him after the end of the world, and he ended up killing a whole bunch of them and also forcing this doctor to extend his life just like the Farthinus, but it didn't quite go right, and he ended up becoming this monster that had to feed off the energy of the bunker. It was really creepy. Turns out he was still there all this time later. He was actually alive when they arrived, and he ended up getting killed by one of the Quen, who thought he was the reincarnation of Ted Faro. He was a major creeper. He also ended up dying, but no hard feelings there. Nobody's missing him. And we did get the Omega clearance, so now we're going to be going through the Gemini main questline, which I think is where we release or try and get Hephaestus. So this game is really ramping up. It's getting pretty intense as we get kind of closer to the end of the game, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. Anyways, let's play. So, Gemini main mission, we're back right now at the base. Not really sure exactly what we're doing here, but... Oh, Alva from the Quen is going to be joining us for this game, which I'm really happy about because I love her character, so... Yeah. Alright, talk to Gaia.
I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Unsettling is a minor way to put it.
Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
35 hours. That's pretty long.
Increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. That is a lot less.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Oh no.
Okay.
This must be really hard for Aloy to see, considering, like, Beta is kind of another version of herself, and that means that everything that Aloy is seeing in Beta is potential, like, she has the potential for that kind of, like, emotion and behavior. So maybe that's hard for her as somebody who's so, like, kept it together for so many years to see that.
Whoever replaced parchment for this deserves a good hammering.
Aaron seems like he's having a great time with his focus.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
I know it's hard, but Beta needs to help. Like, does she not want the world to be saved? It's kind of the only
you have
way.
to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
She's not even gonna say anything?
Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone. In a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
I want to be understanding because of what she's been through, but at the same time, like, Aloy has been through so much trying to save the world. Like, Beta needs to help. She needs to get over this. I'm gonna go with find your courage on this one because I feel like Beta needs to find something internal, like something for herself to get her there. Whereas if I say I'll protect you, it's like, it's all on Aloy again.
The only way we can end the risk of that happening is by stopping the Zeniths for good. And in order to do that, we have to get Hephaestus. The Zeniths are a threat to everyone, Beta, not just you. So find your courage. That's easy for you to say. You still have no idea what they're capable of. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Is that it? I mean, Aloy does not give up.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my
Did they
defect?
mess with her genes or something? I wouldn't put it past the Farzinas to do that.
Beta, you don't have a defect.
She had Ross.
Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him.
She had family.
He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like?
I definitely feel for Beta right now. She had no one. She's never experienced love
Having
before.
the strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Aw, I miss Ross. I wish we'd had more time with him. I'm glad they're bringing him back, though. It would have been weird if they'd never mentioned him again.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You're right.
Beta! Oh, I'm so glad she found her courage.
When we succeed.
There is a piece
promise
of
me that.
Aloy in Beta.
Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay.
Aloy would do it. I think.
Promise.
I don't know. Actually, would she? I feel like I could see her doing it, but that would be
Use
an
as much time as
impossible
you
thing
can
to
give me
ask you
study up
to
on the
like
merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
to ask her to like basically kill like the only kind of biologically related other person in the world to herself.
I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Oh my goodness, I feel like this is gonna be a huge mission, like a very important one to the next part of the story.
Old ones called it the lungs of the planet.
Okay, where's Mustache? There we go. I really like the inventory system in this. It makes it just so nice that you don't have to worry about how much stuff you're picking up. Like, last time I was constantly, in the last game, be constantly stopping to like, refill, you know, get rid of stuff in my inventory so that I can make room for new stuff, but I really like that you don't have to do that anymore.
I think so.
Okay, it's time. I think we're ready.
Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron, Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Ooh, okay. There's some new information. Oops. Or have I already heard this? I think I've already heard this stuff. Okay, I think I will, okay, this one's new.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us, until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships. Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia. How's Kotallo doing?
I have detected that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him. In an effort to remedy this, I have discussed a potential solution with him. I believe he will want to fill you in on the details.
Oh.
A
Are we
solution?
gonna, like, give it a new arm?
I'll check in with him when I can, then. How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, due to Zoe's perseverance, we may have found a workaround.
Oh.
Zoe will want to fill you in on the details.
I have a lot
Okay,
to talk to them
sounds
about.
promising.
I've been waiting on the side missions because a bunch of them you can't even do until later in the game. I think I can probably get through them now, so I might do like an all side mission episode next with our side characters, but I've been waiting to do those ones because I like tried to do the one with Tilda and I couldn't reach it yet, so that's why I haven't done it
Zoe
yet.
seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying Old World data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
Yeah, I guess that's very different from their particular tribe's way of life.
How's Aaron handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident.
Initial
What did
incident?
he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number
Oh my
of
goodness.
Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty.
Oh my
He
god,
has given
Aaron.
repeated assurances
hilarious.
that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess. So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
It is a lot to process. We still have
All
more,
this
oh my
data I've
goodness.
picked up in ancient bunkers and ruins. I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your companions engage quite frequently with this material. Erend has asked on numerous occasions about birthday parties.
Birthday
He
party?
appears perplexed by the tradition
That
of
is-
serving a sweet
I love that.
confection, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving sparkling stout ale.
I mean,
He
alcohol
also
birthdays,
suggested we host
that's
a
kind of
party for
common
you
too.
as a
Aw.
surprise.
That is so cute.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, not very
That is
alien-like,
what I
but
predicted.
still, it's very sweet. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of
Is
things
Katana
to...
getting along with everyone?
Yes.
I guess I haven't talked
though
to
he prefers
Guy in a
to
little
spend
while.
Most of the time alone. He appears to be collating data on war machine progression and significant battles during the Pharaoh Plague, to aid in the creation of a war map of Operation Enduring Victory. I believe he aims to study the tactics of old world warfare.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
It appears to be a private pastime for him. He has repeatedly declined my offers to assist his research.
Alright. There's clearly a lot of stuff here, so I will listen to the rest of it a little later, but yeah, I'll come back and everything that I haven't finished yet. Let's go to Gemini!
Okay,
Start
people.
this mission!
It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Oh, I love the feeling of that in the PlayStation 5 controller. It's so neat how you could like feel the them galloping. Oh, the music, the song again. Oh, this is gonna be a major mission, isn't it? There goes Aaron. Tilda! God, this song is so beautiful, and the landscape too. Ah.
All right, connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice.
This is so nerve-wracking. I mean, everything they've been working towards
Erend,
is
everyone,
right there in that
fire your
core. If
pulses and
something
sound off.
I'm
happens.
at my cauldron. This
Could be
thing
terrible.
is blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay, radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
Oh man, I'm getting that like dread feeling right now. I feel like something bad's gonna
Let's catch the
happen.
beast.
I'm very concerned.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance
I'm like
confirmed.
holding the controller so tightly right now. I'm so
Initiating
nervous.
Containment sequence.
Oh no.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go. Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Oh no. Oh no, what's it gonna do? I knew it was gonna be easy.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come!
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Where is it? Oh crap! Okay. Oh. I'm trying to. Oh, fucking hell! Let me.
Still in this fight.
I want to know what it's weak to. Why does it take so long to? Oh.
Stay back!
Aloy?
Okay, it's weak to. Crap.
Aloy.
Okay.
Over here, you!
Where'd it go?
Oh! I'm not giving up.
That was gonna be bad. I feel like nobody else is helping me here. Those machines are coming after me, of course.
Right away from Beta!
Ah! This is not going well. Ooh, I'm done. Alright, we're gonna try that again. I'm gonna do Valor Surge this time. I was thinking I should use it right as I died. That's a tough one, having both machines coming up.
I'll stay
coming at
here.
you.
Protect Beta.
Got it!
Alright, starting out with
Be
this.
careful.
Damn it, not close enough. Right here. Ah, I was trying to get out of the way. I hate these guys. They're a huge pain. Oh no. Whoa, what is this thing doing? it take so long to show you the damn... I just want to see his weaknesses and it's like, new data, blah, blah, blah. Just tell me his weaknesses already. Why is it taking so long to show me? Oh my goodness. Super annoying.
For'll stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
Okay. Weak to fire and corrosive. Alright. Finally.
Stay back.
What is happening? My character's like stuck. Oh. I'm coming, guys! Fucking, I feel like she's glitching and taking forever to do stuff. Hard to fight it. I'm keeping me stuck in corners and stuff. It's very annoying. Alright, this is not gonna be easy. I wonder if I can turn the
protect Beta.
Let's see if I can turn
Got it.
This one against the other one.
Be careful.
Oh, already? Really? Alright, we'll see if that works. Don't think it's working.
Stay back.
Oh no, this is bad. There's like nowhere to go.
Get back.
It's like impossible to get any space here. Oh, what the heck? Oh, fucking hell, I'm gonna miss it. Oh, crap! You gotta be kidding me. Ah, this is not going well at all. I'm struggling with this battle. I feel like normally in the missions we have help from our, like, side characters. But they're not helping, like, at all in this battle.
Got it.
Be careful.
Stay back.
I hate these machines.
There, machine's holding.
Get back.
Eli, help!
How is it here? I'm trying, guys! Having a hard time dealing with one of you! Fucking bitch! What the hell? This is so hard! They're both attacking like non-stop. And I keep having to rescue Beta! Oh my god, this is really tough. I need to get down. I need to kill one of them. Alright, I guess we're gonna activate our Valor Surge like right away.
Got it.
Be careful!
Alright, hopefully I can get out one of them. Oh, fucking bitch. You gotta be kidding me. This thing is annoying as fuck. They're so, like, fucking bitch. What the heck is this? This is literally insane.
Get back!
I hate these things.
Over here, you!
I feel like I barely dealt with them at all. Fucking miss.
Aloy, need a hand over here.
I'm already struggling with one of these bitches. Come on, give me a second.
Aloy! Coral needs help!
Stay back.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm gonna die so many times.
Get back. Over here, you!
Aloy! Help!
Aloy, need a hand over here.
Fire without it.
Throw it away from Beta.
Come on, I'm almost done doing this one. Please just let me get this guy. Okay, fucking finally. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? No. Don't you dare! Fucking hell! Bitch! Oh my god, that sucks so much! You gotta be kidding me! This is impossible! Oh my god. It's not impossible, but this is fucking hard.
Coral, stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful!
Stay back. Get back.
Okay. Where'd he fucking go? Oh my god, what the I did not know there was lava down there. That was freaking annoying. How did he jump so far? I should have looked where I was going. This is insane.
Coral, stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful!
Maybe I should try and go after this one first.
Okay,
Fucking bitch. This is, oh my god, okay, this is much worse now.
Get back. Over here, you!
Okay. I'm switching tactics, going after this guy first.
Aloy!
See what happens.
Help!
Aloy, get a hand over here. Throw it away from Zeta.
Yeah, I can barely survive myself.
Okay,
Fucking.
Stay back.
Pain subsided.
hell.
Over here, you! Aloy, get a hand over here!
I know! Yo! Leave me alone! I can barely even get. Fucking hell!
From Beta!
This area sucks! I hate fighting in this route. Everything is stuck. Everything is getting. Like, you can't just run away. Oh my god.
For'll stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
Stay back. Man against man. Aloy, here's some ammo. Get back. Good. Now hit it again. Over here, you.
Fucking hell.
Aloy, need a hand over here. Draw it away from Beta.
Oh, stop! Fucking bitch.
Stay back.
Whoa. Yeah.
Get back. Over here, you. Aloy, get a hand over here.
I'm trying to deal with this stupid ass bitch.
Draw it away from Beta.
Really angry.
Fucking hell, I hate this stupid Ravager.
Stay back.
Hold on.
What is happening? Alright, come on.
Get back.
Alright. Now for this motherfucker.
Over here, you.
Wait, is there something else coming down? Fucking hell, okay.
Aloy, need a hand over here.
What else is here now?
Boy.
Draw it away from Beta.
Oh, come on.
Quite effective. Stay back.
Hope this does something.
Get back.
Okay.
That's all of them for now.
Damn, that was insane. That was so hard. Oh my god. I definitely think taking out the guy with the rocks first was a better idea because he like was just, the Raptor was more insistent and annoying, but the other guy would just come in and get you in like one shot with all the rocks.
Still breathing.
Whew, that was tough.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. I'll get the cracked
Oh my
core fixed
goodness.
in the meantime.
That was crazy. That was so hard. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing?
Keep her safe, Varl.
All my life.
Okay. Let's go get Hephaestus. Hopefully the next machines aren't quite as hard to get through. That was insane. That was so difficult. Yeah, those two, the Ravager and the Behemoth together.
Force it out of wherever it's hiding.
Huh.
Make it retreat to the core.
I need to collect like everything here because I am pretty short. Oh crap, okay. Not gonna do that. We better replenish before I run into anything else. Alright. Is the bridge gonna go back? Okay. This doesn't look like... Oh? Yeah. Okay, there's something on the side there. Poor Aloy. Killed her again. This is a mission of dying many, many times. Uh oh. We pillaged everything again. Okay. Alright, so it looks like... Okay, whew. I'm glad we got that this time.
I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
Am I? I see that, but now what? How do I get up there? Oh, okay.
It's some kind of production chamber.
Oh no.
Festus is up to something, all right?
There's gonna be...
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down.
Oh, it's gonna be something
Those
bad.
carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
That was just the
That's where
beginning.
Festus is hiding too.
I feel like this is just gonna be the beginning. Like, we're gonna fight something much bigger and much worse next. And it's possible that the Fardinas will come in too.
I gotta find where Festus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go.
Ooh, okay.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
I'm gonna try going left. Or right, I mean.
Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I
Oh
better
no.
follow them.
Can we actually go over there?
I gotta find a way past the shield. Maybe there's a way over the shield. I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
Okay. That would be fun. That sounds super fun.
Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connected to...
The power node. I think that could work.
Kayla's so smart. Even smarter than Beta, even though they're like the same person. Oh.
There should be
Okay, woo, we got him. All recon machines killed. We got a new trophy. That's exciting.
I should deal with these machines first. Got it.
Oh, he's mad! Oh no, what did I do? I mean, I'm super mad. Ah, pain. These guys are pain. No, no. Don't come near me. Oh, come here. Please don't destroy me before I do this. Oh, okay. Ah, hey! Let's try. Oh crap, that was bad. He like, one shot was enough to this. This is like melee and hard does not go well. Like, I feel like in hard it's like impossible to do melee effectively. Or almost impossible. This is really hard to do. Who else is here? Oh, he's still alive, you kidding me? See, he's like doing nothing. He's got like barely any like life left, and a few hits is not like does nothing. Okay. Oof. You just like have to use ranged combat. Everything can kill you too easily if you get in close.
Engage structural analysis subroutine. Activating countermeasures.
We got it? No, no, what's coming? What is about to attack us?
Oh, great. All the machines on the way. Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
Oh no, what is coming? Oh, let me use. Come on, no! They're so fast to get up! Oh no, oh no. Please die. Okay, whew. Okay, what is this guy? I think flames are, no, not flames. No! Let me see what he's... Okay, he's weak to ice, which I do not have, so... Whoa, how did he like get at the curve like that? He's so fast! Woo! That was exciting. These things could take a while to kill. I don't think it knows what to do now that it doesn't have any flames. Come on. There we go. Wait, there's something else in here? What else is in here? What other machines are here? Oh no, not these guys. Why is it so slow? Okay. To tell you what it's weak to. Like, I don't need to know that it's uploading to catalog. I want to know that it's what it's weak to.
I need more ammo.
Oh crap. To hit the weak spots. He moves around a lot. At least he's not particularly fast, though. Alright, how much damage is this gonna do? Apparently not very much. Me there. Oh, please let me kill him.
I got them all.
All right, we got him. Finally. Oh my God, there was a lot of machines in there. That was slow going.
Control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice.
I definitely need to like replenish everything first. I think this mission is going to require a lot of stuff. All right. I could definitely use some more health. And we don't even know what the machine in the middle is gonna be. That's gonna be something really bad. Like, it's already been tough as hell. Alright, on to the next.
Sounds like
a second cauldron chamber.
Well, you better not get comfortable.
Okay, come on, where's some help? I really need it.
Energy containment failed. Saves overrun.
Oh no.
Great. Let's just cover the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy, more machines keep coming.
Oh,
Please
no.
tell me you're getting close.
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side too.
I guess Aaron's missing out.
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
Okay, I think we can reach that. Oh, okay. I was a little worried there.
Catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
Okay, here it comes. Hopefully I don't miss. Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, what are we gonna find in here? Sure, there are gonna be a lot more machines. But hey, I guess that's the fun part. I mean, we wouldn't be doing this if there was... I'd be in story mode if I didn't want to fight some machines, so...
Just a
Alright. How do I get down? Ah, crap.
Got it.
I'm gonna drop right by a machine. Oh, wait, why didn't it?
Come on, come on!
Damn it! It was nothing! Hate these things. Oh. Come on. Is this gonna do it? Okay. Woo! Finally! Alright, what else is here? No! Come back! Oh, man. Oh, there's two here, though! Crap. Alright, we're out. How many machines do I have to deal with now? Ah!
Signal scrambled.
These things are super annoying. All the really fast ones are hard to deal with. Oh, that was weird. Come on. Die. Okay. Whew. That was better. That was definitely better than the last one. Alright. The music's exciting. I kind of like it. Ah, of course. Kill the machines. What's here? Which machines?
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Okay.
There, let me ask you a question.
Oh crap! Put it down.
Activate emergency first pipeline. Genuine wire.
Coruscant is muttering to himself. This guy's just running now. Oh, I can't believe that got me from all the way back here. Meanwhile, I have no clue what happened to the other two machines. Alright, let's see if we can use this. No! It happens all the time. It's super annoying. I try and pick stuff up, and I must be doing it wrong because... Not helpful. This is not doing anything for me. Oh, that was it? Okay, there's another one over here. Okay. Oh, he's still alive! Damn it, I thought he was dead. Oh my goodness. Every time I think they're dead and they're not. Alright, where's the last one? Here you are, you little bugger. Oh, what's this point? They're so bouncy, it's hard to hit them in the weak spot. Oh no, I'm stuck in a corner, aren't I? I'm stuck in a corner. That's not good. Get out of the corner. No, 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 no. Run. Okay. Ooh. I feel like I'm almost always too far away. Okay, whew. We got him. Doing a lot better than that first battle.
Access restored. Now you can operate it.
Good work.
You did the heavy lifting.
Yep, that's very true.
Engage structural analysis subroutine.
Alright, more machines?
Construction ready.
Anything else gonna come and attack us right now?
Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber.
Something's free.
Big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
This is gonna be bad. We're gonna have to fight something
Festus
massive.
was building. It must have finished it.
It's powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
Aww.
No. Just stay where you are.
I'm so proud of Beta right now. She's like facing her fears big time.
Be safe.
You are a violation, but no.
Oh god. What is in here? Hey. Here we go. What is it? What is it freeing? Slaughter spine? What the fuck is that?
Scan it first. This thing's on its legs as well. I think it's charging up.
Okay. That is weak to death. I don't have anything that is... Oh my god, what is that noise?
Finished charging. It's covered in plasma.
What am I supposed to do against that? Oh my god, this music is hella dramatic. Okay. Woo! Whoa, okay. So go after the tail. Crap, that's gonna be so hard to hit though. Oh, these are not easy to hit. Fucking hell, this is really hard to hit. Ah, fuck.
It's charging up again.
Oh, I'm like, which way do I get? How do I get out of its way?
Maybe purge water can dampen its attacks.
I don't think I have purge water. Its tail is moving too much. I can't get it. Nope. I gotta get out of the way. It's got a lot of weak spots, but they're hard to hit. They're small. Can I? Okay, let's try this.
It's gonna explode any second.
What is happening? Is it following me? I don't understand. How do I get this to stop? I can't seem to get away. It's like just non-stop. What the fuck is this? I don't understand. Is there a way to stop it? It's like non-stop. What the fuck is this? How do I stop this? What the fuck? I don't understand. That was like non-stop. How are you supposed to stop it from doing that? Like, am I supposed to attack it to stop? Because like, you just couldn't. Like, you can stop moving.
Deploying priority.
I should scan it first. These things on its legs are glowing. I think it's charging up. Finished charging. It's covered in plasma.
Fucking bitch. Okay, let's use this early this time. Because I used it at a point last time when I couldn't fucking do anything. leave! Switching its attacking direction. Oh man, this is tough. Oh man. I'm gonna die.
Glad I got this.
Get away, damn you! Oh, every time. It is extremely difficult to hit its tail. I'm doing not nearly enough damage. Oh, crap. Oh. Oh, man. This is not going well. This is not going well. I'm out of health. Oh, fuck, I thought I was out of the range of that. It is so hard to hit its stupid tail! Oh, I'm out of all health. This is it. This is it. I'm out of health. Ah!
Okay, better.
Fucking hell! Every time! I get the direction wrong every time! Oh, here it comes. Here it comes again, I knew it! Ugh. How am I supposed to get away from this thing? hell? There's no health left. Oh, help. Come on, just let me get there. No! Oh, what the fuck? Oh crap. This is the part. Yeah, I'm dying here. No. This is probably it. I'm so close to dead and there's nothing I can do at this point. Fucking hell. Oh no! Run! Oh my god, I can't believe it!
You did it!
Holy crap!
There's one more note to override.
How did I survive that? Holy shit!
Stand by.
I was like running for my life for that last part. I was like, there's no more health. I'm just gonna have to shoot it and hope that I can get it in the last minute before. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy battle. Ah, my hands are like in pain now from fighting that thing. Holy, oh my goodness. Oh geez, what a battle. If I had purge water, that would have helped, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any, so whew, I'm tense from that battle. We did it, we took him out. Oh man, what a crazy battle. That was super intense. If we have to find anything else, I'm not surviving at this point.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
And don't send any more machines, please!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
No more machines,
Then we can
please.
start the merge.
I have no health.
Because of you, Beta.
Well, you know, it's a challenge and it's fun, but oh my goodness, I don't think I'll survive it.
And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
I feel like she's speaking
Right
too
back at
soon.
you.
I feel like something bad is gonna happen still. Okay, well we've got a couple berries now, just in case something comes for us. I really feel like it's not over yet. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's gonna be fine. I mean, that was pretty intense already. Ooh, let's not fall down there. That looks bad. I didn't pay attention. Like, oh, it's fine. I can just run wherever. No, there are places I can kill you.
Aloy, the bypass is done. Of course.
Oh, we did it. Okay, it's done.
Festus is 100%
We made it.
contained. And we better get started with the merge.
Oh, but this is where it could get a lot worse.
Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
Okay, because this is where they tell everybody to make the distractions of the other cauldrons, right?
Okay, to complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus's malicious code. Carefully.
It's so nice to see them working together. Especially for Aloy, who hasn't had any family in a long time. What a fascinating representation of like Cody in here, like the whole their movements. I love it. As far as Zenith, I knew they were coming.
Hello, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time.
Oh no! Aloy!
Eric, get Beta.
Oh no.
And squash that bug while you're...
No, don't hurt Varl. Proud of him, but I don't think it's over yet.
Ooh!
Get behind me.
Oh my god, please don't hurt Varl. No. Oh, if anything happens to Varl, I'm gonna
Quit
cry.
screwing around.
No.
Yeah, we're having fun,
Please
right?
don't hurt him. No. No. Oh my god, no! Please don't let him be dead! Beta! Varl! Oh, she can't do it. I wondered if she would have a hard time. Oh my god,
Fine.
no!
Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport.
Aloy!
Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda!
Is she on their side?
What are you doing? Stop her! I can't even see her!
What did she do?
Beta.
Varl! Please tell me he's okay. Varl. Have we seen Aloy cry before? The only thing keeping me from bawling right now is the thought that maybe Varl is still
You
alive.
took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay.
This is so weird. What? Why did she help them now and not sooner? Like, why save Aloy but not Beta and Gaia and Varro? Where are they? Is this her house? The one that Beta was talking about? All that remains. Interlude.
What is this?
Oh, it is.
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead.
Is he actually dead? I honestly, I don't believe it.
You want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art. Or the insight we might gain.
The only thing keeping me from being so mad is the belief that maybe Varl is still alive, that he survived it. Like, if he didn't, oh, I'm gonna...
My favorite pairing on the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, Woman Reading Music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later.
Interesting.
Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn.
It's very interesting that they put all the stories in here.
This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it.
Sounds a little familiar.
So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen?
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
It's a fascinating little art history lesson.
The Gust by Willem van de Velde. the most famous of his many maritime
I wonder why they chose
paintings.
these specific paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
A lot of weight on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings were the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's leaded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
What about this one?
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
Guerrilla is learning to appreciate art. Or kind of observe the meaning in it, at least.
I've got more important things.
I thought I got everything.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment more. Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
I think I saw all the art, so we'll go and see what she has to say for herself.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see.
I would be able to
suffice it
this
say
after
we
what
were
happened
keeping a very
too.
close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
How does she have all this stuff? Like this beautiful table setting, everything looks brand new. Like, how did she get this?
This was your house.
I have so many questions about her.
The one you recreated for Beta. In the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them. And lived with them for 1,000 years. Before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen...
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close.
I just can't imagine what 1,000 years of living would do to a person.
I'm sorry.
How is she not like? How is she not crazy like the others?
In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity.
I know they're evil, but their outfits are beautiful. The way the light, like the prism, the crystals, the light.
For the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
I don't understand why that, like,
stopping your friends.
If she would really,
so.
if she's really good, like, how did she not see it sooner? How evil they were. How did she think in the first place that the Extinction Protocol was a good idea? I don't fully trust her yet. It just seems like she should have initially just known. Like, anybody with any sense of moral compass would know that what they were thinking of doing was wrong.
Recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals.
Do they really want to be alone in the world?
This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not
like
if
it's just a computer.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Silence? To be honest, I almost forgot about him.
Building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Guerrilla and her rebels.
Oh, so that's
Even
why
now
he's
she's
doing it.
preparing a final march on the Tanakh capital.
Did he really have to
When
do
she
it by
wins,
killing
she'll
all
have
the
the entire
Tanakh, though?
tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him.
Wow.
Along with all the others.
Silence is truly the definition of one of those villains that's like for the greater good. Willing to do anything, willing to do all the wrong things.
Truly an exceptional
in the name of the
man.
greater
He's
good.
planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
I just have a hard time trusting her. She's been with these people for 1,000 years.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
I don't know. I don't know about her. I guess, like, I don't know. She's just... Why would it take this? Like, I know Ayla can inspire anybody, but...
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, Start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know?
I wonder how many Zeniths
monsters
there are.
until it was too late?
Existing now.
I knew some of them were. Certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality.
Oh.
It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
Okay, I trust her a little bit more now, having heard her story. I mean, it's true that she was in kind of an impossible situation. Like, the world was ending, like, very imminently, so she survived and lived. And unfortunately, it was with these horrible people, but I guess that doesn't mean, like, she necessarily... Like, I don't know how many of them there were and how much control she had over their actions, you know?
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
I still wish she'd done more to help
So
earlier,
this channel
you know?
you shared with Beta. None of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her.
As a fellow artist, I definitely appreciate her
I'll never regret
like focus on
sharing
art
this house
and
with her.
understanding the like importance
She
of it.
needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard.
Does she really have absolutely no control in
He
this
believes it's
situation?
better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases.
It's just insanity to destroy an entire planet
All we have to
so you can get rid of some minor inconveniences. And are they not just going to end up back in that cycle of virtual reality, trying to live in the best version of what they want? Also, if they're so obsessed with virtual reality, doesn't matter where you live, just if you're living in a virtual world, like, you don't need the regular world to be perfect. You can just make it perfect in the virtual world and leave the regular world to be.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door.
All of the Tanakh, they're gonna die in the process? I don't think Ayla's gonna let that happen.
With a window in which to rescue Beta.
And it also means Hikaru dying in the process, so that he can get control. So that
once we're inside the base,
Guerrilla can get control.
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
Make the world as it should be. I don't know, there's something suspicious about that. You know, maybe it's not the world as Elizabeth initially imagined it, but it is a new, beautiful world in its own right, so I hope she's not planning on messing with it too much.
How do you know about Silence?
Besides, you know, introducing positive things.
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus. By tapping them, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Guerrilla to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
I wonder how Silence found out so much information. Like, how did he find out about them? And also, what exactly is his goal here? Is he trying to steal Gaia instead of them? Like, if he's going to be disappointed that they take Gaia and Beta and kill the Fire Zenith, what does he want then? If not that.
Regalla's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zeniths?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside.
Like, clearly she's not fully compassionate or empathetic if she's okay with all of those people dying.
So you knew...
I mean, maybe she just thinks it's the only way, but...
What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority.
There's so much depth to the story, like... They have built in so much backstory and history for every character.
I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her
Also,
admirers.
just a very random detail about the apple on the table looks so realistic, it's crazy.
I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
Like, they have a whole life written for this woman. She's not just a character that just appears and only has a portion of the story that they're in. Like, she's got so much past and history that they've given her.
Rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
It's kind of a sad reality. And a little bit true about Aloy too, yeah. But she has been opening up to her friends, I think. Okay. There must be another way.
First Varl. Now Hikaru and Tanox.
Varl, I can't even begin to imagine if that he's not okay. Like, he has to be okay.
Tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper.
Aloy is not quite the same as Elizabeth. I think she has a little more,
the data channel.
Like,
it still exists.
She's not as willing to give up things.
Let me talk to Beta.
For the greater good.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanox survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
We get to see what it looked like before the world ended. Beautiful, but in some ways it's almost, you know, just as beautiful in its current state with all the plants everywhere. Oh, she looks like she's in pain. I wonder what they've done to her.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement.
Oh,
if she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
I feel so bad for Beta, everything she's been through. It's no wonder she's not as strong as Aloy.
They're watching me.
She's been alone.
I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No.
I should have known Aloy was never going to do it. For a second I was like, Aloy would kill her. I was like, no, actually, I don't think Aloy would.
I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
Oh, that is so sweet. Just that she has so much trust in Aloy and is willing. You know, she has that essence of Elizabeth. She's willing to do anything to save the world in a way.
Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Sylens' army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
She has so much confidence in herself. I don't need an army. I just need me. And she's totally right.
Will be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Aww, that is so sweet.
We'll be Sylens'
calling
only
her
option
sisters.
for crashing that base. I'll tell you
Aloy
the
has
rest later.
family.
But first,
Oh,
there are a
that's
couple
so
of things
sweet.
I have to do.
The point of happiness in
And
this
what are those?
kind of horrible
Lay my
episode.
friend to rest. And then
He
I'm
can't
gonna use the
actually be
override
dead.
that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Recall's
Does that mean he's actually dead?
from the air.
I was holding out so much hope that Varl survived somehow.
Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that
That
will
means
truly
he's
help
actually
you make
dead.
the grand entrance with the Tenat.
I'm so sad right now.
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regalla's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
I'm so incredibly sad right now. I can't believe Varl is actually gone. All the makings of the next big thing. A much ballyhooed acquisition from an art historian turned technologist, no less. Bleeding edge science and a great narrative to boot. The application was called YCITT, after young Christ in the Temple, a well-known Vermeer forgery. By creating a perfect holographic scans of individual layers of a painting and comparing them to a vast library of artistic works, I was able to identify fakes with an unprecedented level of accuracy. It was clear to Sterling executives that the program's ability to match and identify patterns had broad applications outside of the art world, as a tool for security, counter-surveillance, or digital authentication. It could prove just as revolutionary as it had in its intended role, which is why they were willing to sign a 9-figure agreement for it, blasting news of the deal to every outlet in the tech media. 2 years later, the project collapsed in a chaotic jumble of lawsuits, recriminations, and accusations of sabotage. So what went wrong? Who was responsible? And more importantly, what happened to the underlying technology, which by all accounts is far more powerful than the vaporware label applied by disgraced executives? I wonder if she, messed with it to get it back. And a lot of machines waiting out here. I really just want to go... I just want to... go find out about Varl. I want to leave these machines. I really just want to go find out what happened to Varl.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regalla's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
There are machines right next to this fire. I was just gonna go save so that I can... Okay. I need to go back to the base and find out what the hell happened to Varl. Is he really... Is he really dead? What does the next quest say? I have to go talk to them at the base. I have to find out. I think he's actually dead though, and I hate that. I hate that they decided to do that. I'm so mad that Varl was...
First the frost breath, then the snow.
How could they do that to Varl? Varl was my favorite. He was just so positive and kind. It really is true, isn't it?
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regalla is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru.
Varl.
The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia.
I hate that so much.
Sit around wallowing in our losses.
Why do they kill
Vitalo's right.
Why do they kill Varl?
We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regalla's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
I'm so sad for him right now. I can't believe... Wait, does that mean... Oh, I can't believe Varl's dead and I won't see him again. And does that mean all of... Like, do you have any side quests that I missed?
We regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... At least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Guerrilla.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Guerrilla's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Akaro. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
I'm gonna save that for next time. I can't believe that. I am so upset right now. I can't believe Varl is dead. I can't believe they killed Varl off. Why did they do that? They didn't have to do that. I'm so sad. Just give somebody some happiness. I just wanted Zoe and Varl to be happy together. I really wanted them to, and I'm so sad that he's gone. And I feel like, did I miss chances to, like, go on side quests with him? I don't know if there was any side quests that I missed. Like, I was genuinely planning on next episode, instead of doing a main quest, I was gonna do a bunch of side quests with all the with like Varl and Zoe and Katalo. Like, did I miss my chance to do them? I was like, because I tried to do one with Talana and I couldn't finish it at the time, so I was like, okay, I'll wait until I get to, like, you know, have opened the whole map. I guess that would have been last episode, so I should have done it before that, but I didn't know this was gonna happen and I'm so upset. Varl was such a good character. I loved how kind and honest and open and, you know, kind of charming and funny. I loved his character and I'm so sad that they killed him. Why couldn't they just let Varl and Zoe be happy? I'm so sad about that. Ugh. Part of me still hopes that maybe he's alive in the base and that, like, you know, that the Fire Zenith, like, kept him alive or something to see if he would be useful, and, like, I'm just kind of hoping that he'll still be alive, but also Aloy did say that she's coming to, like, put him to rest. That doesn't sound very hopeful, so I can't believe that happened. What a dramatic episode. Gosh, like, Aloy, Beta being taken along with Gaia again, and then, well, man, at the beginning of the episode, I was like, I'll come back and talk to Gaia later. No, apparently not. I guess I should have planned this out a little better, but I was just, like, so excited to keep playing the game that I didn't, like, take the time to think about that. Ugh, I'm so sad right now. And then, yeah, and then have, oh my goodness, I was literally just talking to her and I forgot her name already. The Varlina's lady coming and joining their side. I want to trust her, and hopefully she really is on her side. I mean, she does seem like a fairly good person. She was friends with Elizabeth, and, you know, maybe she did really just kind of end up in the situation with the Varzinas, even though she didn't really agree with their decisions and stuff. But, you know, hopefully she's not going to double-cross us or something. Oh, and then Silence is back, and we know his plan. He really does not care about regular people. He doesn't care who gets hurt in his quest for knowledge as long as he gets what he wants. So that's kind of sad. I don't love that about him. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to encounter him again. We're on to the Guerrilla too. It feels weird to go out, like, you know, we're having these missions so massive, talking about space and the world beyond, and this huge war with, like, the far zenith space people, and then it just comes back to, like, you know, the tribes warring with themselves again. Like, it's weird to come back to something that feels like, it's not small, but it feels kind of, like, so small and local compared to this, like, interstellar people war. But wow, it's gonna be crazy. Well, I was hoping to do next episode is just the side missions with the side characters. Hopefully I can still do those. I don't know, it seems like I might not get the opportunity anymore. I thought I could just come back and do them, but I don't know. I guess we're getting really close to the end of the game. I didn't realize how close we were. Ugh. I want to know what's going to happen, but I'm also going to be sad when this game ends because it's been like such a crazy, fantastic journey. So I'm excited to keep playing, but I'm also really sad right now. I can't believe they did that to Varl. I'm so sad. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode. Let me know what you thought about what happened to Varl. Did you cry a little bit like me? Are you devastated? And yeah, crazy. So much happened. I don't even know where to start. I'm just like reeling from everything in this episode. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for it. If you haven't yet, make sure that you hit subscribe so you can join me for the next episode. Otherwise, I hope you're having a fantastic day or night whenever you're watching this. I'm just gonna go and be sad about Varl, so there's that. But I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you in the next episode.